a huge football IQ play right here that I had him move up into his top 5.
Yeah, and I feel like that too, like, most people don't teach this, but that's like that's like instincts too, like, of him just
Correct.
being a smart football player. Um,
Absolutely.
and a very
Absolutely.
which is like, if we're doing Madden, right, we'd put him at, like, 90 something awareness, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It
Something
just
like
shows
that.
a lot of, again, the goal is to, show off skills, whether instincts or skills, guys, like, you know what I mean? Instincts matter. So showing off things
Yeah,
that translate to the college game,
it's
that
not
they,
teachable.
that correct, that coaches feel like, that you already do at a certain level that can translate to their level of football that makes them more comfortable with you to hopefully offer you an opportunity.
How to Get a College Football Scholarship, a series where we evaluate active high school football players. We break down their game film and share with them what division they have the best chance of earning a college football scholarship. And ultimately, and most importantly, we share with them what they need to do to get to the next level. And joining me today is our head recruiting coach here at Next Play, Brian Overton, who has 15 years of Division I college football recruiting experience. So, Brian, who are we evaluating today? What's their height, their weight, their size, their position, the whole 9 yards. And then let's break this bad boy down.
Yeah. Excited about this player we're talking about today and doing an evaluation on. He's a 2026 wide receiver / tight end. He's one of the more unique
Okay.
players I've evaluated here in the last couple months, to be honest with you, because he has actual tape, standing up, playing wide out, and as an inline tight end. So he has some really good tape to go off of here. Again, he's a 2026. His name's John Patrick Oates. He's 6'3", about 215, 220 pounds. So he's a really good-looking kid, good-sized kid. Again, that has a very unique skill
6'3",
set, I think.
220.
I'm ballparking him between 210 and 220, probably somewhere in there,
Okay.
based on his tape.
Okay. Yeah, I just
Um,
saw Ole
it,
Miss. Ole Miss signed a little receiver hybrid guy, Caleb Odom. Do you remember him recruiting him? He signed with
yeah, came
Alabama.
from Alabama. Yeah. Um, And so he's a very unique player. Got a really good skill set. He also plays some outside linebacker for him. Again, I am projecting him on offense because of the way I think he can change the game on offense. Now, again, it would not surprise me at all because of his size and his movement skills if somebody fell in love with him on defense. Okay, but I'm going to focus on, from my evaluation standpoint, if I was evaluating him, where I think, he can have the most success based off the tape I see right now. So we'll jump right in here to it. Let me pull this up. And so this first play here, obviously, he's as an inline tight end. And as I let it run here, you're going to see a couple of really good characteristics. One, he catches this ball kind of out of his catch radius. It didn't look uncomfortable for him as a long player, hands catcher. Okay, once he got his
Mm.
bearings a little bit, he kind of dialed it down there at the end, but he can really run. So, he shows you being able to work the middle of the field, catch the ball in traffic. Again, he couldn't decide, I think, if he wanted to cross the guy's face or not. But that was a pretty easy looking touchdown there that he
And
had
he's
there. I had him,
230? He's
huh?
230?
No.
230?
No, I think he's 2210 and 210 and 220, I think is where he is
Okay,
somewhere.
210, 220. Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm ballparking. So I had him move that play up, because I thought that was one of his best plays there, just showing, that he didn't really open it up, but you're going to see here in a second, I picked one where he does. But it showed him catching out of his catch radius and being able to go up and get it over top of his head, so he showed some ball skills there. He showed that he's comfortable coming out of that position, the inline position, getting out into a route. So it showed all those things. So I thought that was important to really move that one up. And then I skipped down here to this one at 238. I wanted him to move this one up because this shows a couple things. All right, this is a fairly big guy now at the high school level. Oh, sorry guys, I went too far. Too far here. You get back. Here you go.
While
Um,
you're looking for it too, like, guys, the fact that Brian's telling him move this play here, move that play there, guys, that's so important. We have a guy that has blown up with offers that we work with because we just moved his plays around and had the same coaches actually watch the video this time. So
yeah, he had him
that's
buried
what
too
Brian's
far in the.
talking about, huh?
Yeah, he had him buried too far in the back. They never got to
Yeah,
him. I don't think.
you got to know
Um,
what are college recruiting directors and college coaches looking for in a film, and you got to have those plays in the beginning. So that's what Brian's referring to there. But go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, it's all about the plays that can help them translate you to their team and you helping them win. So you have to show off those characteristics as early and often as you can, based on obviously position specifics and things like that. So on this play here, he's lined up. He's lined up in the slot. Okay, so he's showing his versatility here. They're just gonna swing him out a simple bubble screen
Hit
here.
a
They've got
bubble.
him outnumbered out here. I mean, it's 2-on-2. Those are good numbers. So they got numbers out here. But I'm trying to set the play up so I don't have to talk while it's going on. But you're going to see him catch this ball. This safety's going to trigger, and he shows even at his size that he can make people miss in space. And then he's going to get up the sideline. Now, I think he ended up stepping out of bounds, so he started dialing it down. But you can see the burst and really see him unlock his hips, and push the ball vertically once
Bro.
he has it. See right here? See him open it up right there.
Oh
And
yeah.
even if he stepped out of bounds, it doesn't make any difference. You can physically see him doing it, like running in straight line speed right here. That if he was really going, I think he has a chance to outrun everybody. Okay, so I think that was an important play that he needed to move up there because it showed some short area quickness at 6'3", 210, 15 pounds, whatever it is, making somebody miss. But then when he got a chance to get his shoulder square, he showed a lot of burst there heading up the sideline, at his size. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I skipped down here. He had one, and I'm going to talk about his length here in a second, but he's got one
Damn.
way down here.
7 minutes. 7
Yeah,
minutes.
it's too long. So I had this one at 6:15. Okay. So I think I missed the circle there, but it'll come up right after this one. So he's back on the end line here, as you can see right there on the end of the line of scrimmage. Okay. Now I want to talk through this one because this one may not seem as sexy as some of the other ones. Okay, but he's in the end line right here. They're going to get into the scramble drill, and what the scramble drill is, the quarterback's going to kind of get some pressure and get moved off his spot back there in the pocket. This one shows a lot of football IQ and awareness of knowing where to go in the scramble drill. You'll see the guy down here at the bottom go high. He'll run high to the pylon, and that middle guy in the scramble drill knows to go flat to the quarterback. Okay, you can tell he's very well coached, but he has the sense of urgency and the know-it-all to turn and go flat and get open for the quarterback. Okay, it's not a huge play by any means. It's not an explosive play, but it does move the sticks. And I don't know the down and distance, but it just shows a lot of football IQ and feel for the game. See him here? Quarterback gets off the spot. He does that. He slides behind the guy and takes it
Yep.
down inside the 10-yard line. That's a huge football IQ play right here that I had him move up into his top 5.
Yeah, and that is like, again, I feel like that too. Like most people don't teach this, but that's like that's like instincts too, like of him just
Correct.
being a smart football player.
Absolutely.
And a very,
Absolutely.
which is like if we're doing Madden, right? We'd put him at like 90 something awareness, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It
Something
just
like
shows
that.
a lot of, again, the goal is to, show off skills, whether instincts or skills, guys, like, you know what I mean? Instincts matter. So showing off things that
Yeah,
translate to the college game,
it's
that
not
they,
teachable.
that correct, that coaches feel like, that you already do at a certain level that can translate to their level of football that makes them more comfortable with you to hopefully offer you an opportunity. Okay.
Yeah.
So those are some plays I just had him, kind of shuffle around a little bit. As you could see, like you mentioned, his tape was over 7 minutes long. Okay, so I talked in the video that I sent him on the evaluation about vastly trimming that down. Told him some stuff to take out, like he's got some really short catches in there he can take off. And things like that. I think he can get it to a really solid 5.5 minutes that really shows off a lot of his ability and will get much more bang for his buck with that link tape based on what he has.
Love it, man. It's really good, dude. And so what do you feel like he needs to do to get to the next level?
So obviously he's got some good things going for him. His size, is fantastic. He's only going to get better. I don't even know if he needs to gain any weight. I think if a school took him right now, whether they wanted to play him inline or in the slot or an H or whatever, I think where he's at right now would be just fine for them because then they could put it on if they wanted to put the weight on. They could do it their way and give him a target, and things like that. So I think he's fine there. What I told him in the video is to work really hard, get that long speed, as good as you can get it. Because at that size, if you can really run, you are at a premium in college football at that size. Okay. And
Totally.
really work on his ball skills. Now, he showed some good ball skills on some of his clips, and then some of the other ones, bless you, some of the other
Thanks.
ones, it looked a little more uncomfortable. So I think the more balls he catches and gets really comfortable being a hands catcher, and I tell every wideout that I evaluate to keep working on their ball skills. I don't care how good they already are, because you obviously know this playing the position, Richie, but catching the ball is a prerequisite, guys. Like, you got to be able to catch the ball, and the two
Yeah. Look at Georgia.
I was fortunate enough to have two of the best that ever did it in college football. Recruited
True.
them. They're the top
True.
two pass catchers in the history of the
Oh,
game,
okay.
and they just didn't drop it. That's period. If it was in their catch radius, it was caught. So I told him to keep doing that, and I also told him, like, the play I showed you on the bubble screen where he made the guy miss. Now, if you combine his size with some change of direction and some wiggle, where you can turn that into an explosive play, and then you can run away from a lot of people, man, you're really cooking, now, when you're talking about, stuff that's, everybody's looking for in college football. So those are the things I really told him to work hard on this all season, to be able to really to be able to show off some of that stuff in the camp circuit, this summer, hopefully, because you've got, a good solid 4 or 5 months before the camp circuit starts to crank up. So.
What divisions for the camps?
So with his size and everything he's got going for him, man, I had him pegged as a no-brainer right now. And remember, guys, this is an older guy, not an older guy, but fairly older guy. He's going to go into his senior year, so it's easier to kind of dial it in. But I feel very, very confident on Division II FCS. But if I was him, I would go to some G5 camps, a good handful of G5 camps at that size with that skill set. I just really think that he could get on a lot of radars early. He may, it wouldn't shock me, a kid like that with that kind of size and ability, to go to an FCS camp or a G5 camp and leave with an offer. It really wouldn't, especially if a lot of those things got better that we talked about. If he really gets after it those next 5 to 6 months and even improves some of that stuff even better than what's on his tape already, that would not shock me in the least. But I think he is his target area. I feel really comfortable with D2 FCS and some targeted G5s for sure.
Yeah. When you say targeted G5s, we're talking about programs that run that have more of that hybrid type
Look,
H-back
that
position.
and when I tell our guys targeted G5s, when I evaluate them, targeted G5s are sometimes, like, if that's the ceiling, it's like a regional G5 or somebody you can get in the car and drive over to go to camp. Just to get some momentum and get on the board and maybe grab an offer that you can post and leverage. So that's really what I mean more about targeted G5s. Not flying to, halfway across the country to go to a G5 camp, but within, a 3-4 hour radius, those are no brainers to me for him as a G5 camp.
And that's a topic for another day. I'd actually, if you're on my YouTube, just go to my YouTube channel. It's just my name, and definitely Google or search for camps. I have multiple videos on camps and how to choose camps and what camps not to go to, and all that stuff. So I would definitely check that out if you're in that position. Also, if you enjoyed this evaluation and you'd like to see if your son meets the criteria to get an evaluation, I'll leave a link in the description below this video. And if you're listening to this, you're probably actually, this is on YouTube. So one thing is every Saturday, at 9 a.m., we publish a evaluation that we've done for the week. So, or one of the ones that we've done for the week. So if you enjoy these and you want to continue to watch these, make sure to definitely subscribe and hit the bell notification. And then we also post a podcast on this channel every single Monday, and then a regular YouTube training video every single Wednesday. So definitely subscribe and hit the bell notification if you'd like to continue to see more videos like this. And if you'd like to, again, and then evaluations on Saturday. And if you want to see if your son meets the criteria, we'll leave a link in the description below. If anything, we'll see you on the next one.